Our Local Eats segment ends the year with some wine tips for the holidays as gifts or for special meals and events.
'Tis the season to be jolly, to be merry, to be busy, and possibly to have a lot on our social calendar. Many social etiquette experts suggest that a bottle of wine or champagne can be the perfect contribution or hostess gift when attending a holiday party, and luckily a time saver as well. But how do we choose when there are so many choices? Luckily, Local Eats has brought us to Plymouth institution Piappi's for a quick education and this year's Holiday Wine Survival Guide. When I say institution, I am not kidding. Piappi's has a rich history. It's been a part of Plymouth for 81 years, always family-owned, and today I am with third-generation Peter Balboni. Peter, your family has such a rich and amazing history. Tell me about this business and how it started.
Well, my grandfather started this business in 1932. He was issued the first liquor license after Prohibition. And he ran the business for a while, and then my father ran it, and now I've been running it for the last 20 years.
And I understand it was a very colorful history and involved with El Knife bringing beer to town for the first time after Prohibition.
That's true. Louis Knife and my grandfather, Tony Piappi, brought the first beer. It came into Cordage Park by rail car, and they had a parade through the center of Plymouth where the horns were tooting.
Then we are absolutely in the right place for our Holiday Wine Survival Guide. You know, Peter, it can be so confusing with so many choices, number one, but when going to a holiday party especially, so many foods, you don't know what people are serving. What will you recommend to customers as to where to even start when choosing a wine to bring to a party?
Well, there's a wide range of choices. For a red, I would recommend a Pinot Noir or a blend. And that's going to be not as dry and not too dry, not too sweet.
So a nice middle of the ground, and hopefully would make a lot of people enjoy it.
Absolutely, yes. I'd stay away from anything too heavy unless you know that they like a particular wine, a Chardonnay or a Cabernet. For a hostess gift, you usually want to give something a little nicer, and we have something in every price range available. The Camus 40-year-old Cabernet, that's the anniversary bottle just came out this year, got 96 points. It's a fantastic Cabernet. Or in a gift bag is always a nice touch to put it in a gift bag.
Now, you mentioned there's something for every budget and for every taste. What are some of the questions you would typically ask customers when they come in looking for something for a party?
Well, we ask them if they have any preference on flavors, if they like a Merlot, a Chardonnay, a Sauvignon Blanc. We also ask them if they're bringing it as a gift, if they know what the people are serving for food. That's very important to pair it with what types of food that they're having.
Now, in addition to wines, after Christmas and all of our other favorite holidays this time of year, we head into party season with New Year's, and that brings us to sparklings.
Absolutely, and there's a wide range of sparklings from Prosecco's to sweet wines to dry wines to champagnes.
And you've brought wine director from Port Bistro, Melanie St. Pierre, to visit with us and to give us some additional advice. So we're going to go visit with her and get an idea of some of the nice bubblies we can bring to the holidays.
Excellent.
Melanie, thank you so much for coming back to talk with us again. So sparklings, champagne, what's the difference? How do I know what to pick?
There are so many choices. So here we have an array of 4 different styles that are pretty common and pretty popular. The one thing to know is that champagne has to come from France. If it's called champagne, it comes from the region in France called Champagne, and that's the only bubbles that can be called that. Today we are showing off the Veuve Clicquot, which is very popular, comes in this beautiful gold label. People recognize it. It's a little on the high-end side, but it's a lovely gift, and it's a lovely flavor profile. We also then have the rosé bubbles, which are always a lovely gift, not necessarily need to be served, but lovely to enjoy. A little strawberry note, perhaps, because of the red. And then we have the Prosecco. That's going to be a bubble that's very familiar to people. This is a bubble that comes from Italy. So all Prosecco is Italian bubbles. This is going to be on the sweeter side, still a little dry. The bubbles are beautiful, but a little sweeter than your champagnes or your brutes. So the brut is going to be the driest of all of them. So when you see extra dry just means it's going to be dry, but not as dry as the brut. So an extra dry is actually going to be a little sweeter than the Brut. The Brut is the driest. So that's the one to choose if you like a drier style.
So Brut is the driest, Prosecco is the sweetest?
Prosecco is the sweeter of all of the ones that you might want to select. That brings me to the Cava, which is the bubbles from Spain. That's this lovely bottle here, and this is the bubble from Spain, which has a Brut style, but is still yeasty on the tongue. The bubbles are beautiful. It matches with a lot of things because it does have that champagne style, but it also has a little hint of sweetness, but not as much as the Prosecco.
Now, what would you recommend to people if they're going into a store without you at their side? What are the things that they should tell the staff to help them choose the right bubble for New Year's Eve?
There is no wrong bubble for New Year's Eve. Let's just say that. All bubbles are beautiful. Let's just put that out there right away. If you want to try something adventurous, I would go for something rosé because it's becoming more popular, but not that many people know about it, and it's just fun in the glass because it's got that beautiful pink color. A champagne from France is always lovely because it's always more high-end, a little pricier. It's a nice gift. But if you want to just drink it all night long, I'm saying Prosecco or Cava is the way to go.
So I think you and I should go out and take a look at some of the bubbles here so you can help me make some choices for New Year's Eve.
Okay, let's go do it.
Excellent. For Local Eats, I'm Donna Rodriguez from Piappi's. We'd like to wish all of you a safe and happy holiday season. Cheers.
Cheers.